Hi, friends. I'm just going to sit here awkwardly as usual and wait for people to show up rather than talk to myself. I haven't gone live in a really long time, and usually I have so much buffering it just becomes unfun. Um, I'm not going to be on here for long because I have a lot I need to do. I've been working a lot on my finale today for Dating Steve Mills, and of course, I had to make the finale extra special, right? Oh, I don't think I can see the chat stream. Someone say something. Live chat. I see 8 people are here. Talk to me. Anyway, oh, hi, Heather. How are you doing? It's always good to see you alive, Heather. Hi, Pierce, Color Radio, LM, Alan, Anne. I don't remember the last time I live streamed, but I just reached 17,000 subscribers a little bit ago, and I had like a pretty big surge in March, and then it died down major, and I don't know if it's YouTube, if it's me, if it's the fact that maybe um, there are fewer scam calls and less people or fewer people Googling. I don't know. But thanks so much for your support. So I was just saying that I'm not going to be on here for long because I have some messes to clean up from working on my Steve video today. And I can't even wait, you guys. It's so hard. And on Patreon, I was really tempted to get on there and do some spoilers, but I love surprises so much. And when I was a kid, whenever surprises were ruined for me, I would get so upset. I always wanted the Christmas presents I bought to be a surprise. One time my brother figured out what I was giving him, and I seriously cried. I was so mad. So, but I do give my patrons lots of hints as to what I'm doing next. I might show them I'm having with a scammer, such as Rick Springfield impersonators. That one got pretty funny, but I'll have to do some major editing. Hi, Anne, Ava, Heather. Yeah, Steve's going to be over, but I have plenty of other conversations left. It got out of control. Hi, Cindy. Did I say hi to you, Peter? Hi, Jen. So I'm not done making it yet. I still have some editing to do. One of my sons is musical in his high school and doesn't get home until after 7:30 at night, and then he has to do homework on the computer. So it's good for me to have a break from editing anyway. Um, so my thumbnail is the latest that Irene put up on Instagram last night, just as a little teaser. Hi, John. I haven't seen you in forever. How's your family doing? Hi, Anne Marie. Anne Marie and I talk to a lot of the same scammers on Instagram, and the same goes for some of my other YouTube friends too. We compare notes about what the scammers are saying to each other, and it's a lot of fun. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry that 70 show was interrupted. Yeah. I mean, I guess you can pause because we don't live in the olden days anymore. Glad you're doing well, John. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good right now. Um, my health is still kind of back and forth lately. I'm trying to recover from major stress that I guess I've had the last couple years, and I start to go, oh yeah, it's been 2 years. Oh wait, no, there was other stuff going on. It's been 3 years. No, wait, 4, 5. I've had way too much stress, and most of it is just totally out of my control. So I'm I've been trying to chill. And as you guys saw in one of my videos, we have a new mattress, and I'm really happy to say that that's going well so far. I did have an adjustment period where suddenly my upper back felt funky, but I think that was just my back saying, "Whoa, something's different." Um, I actually can lay in bed um, for a long time in the mornings instead of waking up in the middle of the night wishing it were morning already and wanting to get out of the bed that was torturing me. Looks like we're going to have some buffering here. I'm sorry. Um, that always happens and I don't know how to fix it. Yeah, Jen, it's a lot of fun to compare notes on the scammers so we know what their angle is. Yes, Peter, I'm doing whatever I can to improve my health. Um, I'm really looking forward to summer, so we'll have much fewer things to worry about. This just has not been a very fun year. Um, we're going to try to go to my in law's family reunion, which is this summer. That actually is kind of stressful because we haven't been on a trip like that for 9 years. And our boys are all teenagers now. And so the thought of being in the car that long, crammed together, is making me a little nervous. Oh, John, you did an internet fast? Good for you. I wanted to do that. And then I realized I had too many things that I needed the internet for. Yes, John, lots of catching up. um, um, some of the scammers in Dating Steve Mills got a little bit risque, and I had to do some editing. It was awkward. The thing is, I want to get to the punchline with them and go, okay, where are you going with this? And sometimes they turn pervy, or I suspect they are maybe the type that want to do sextortion. And lately I've been really upset because this news story came out saying that this boy who committed suicide did so because some scammers were extorting him. Um, he was a great kid with good grades, Eagle Scout, and no one saw it coming. And so the parents finally turned over his phone, and it only took 2 weeks for these scammers to convince him suicide. So when they start to get perverted, I think, okay, well, I don't like that, but I also don't want them talking to someone who's vulnerable. So I'll play along. I have a relative who deals with trafficking and child pornography, and that involves seeing really horrible things. And I just figure if you can go through that, I can deal with a scammer being a bit of a perv if it delays them talking to someone who could be harmed by them. So, and it makes me really mad that my relative has to see those things. I have to live stream the car ride. Oh, wait, who needs to live stream a car ride? Oh, Daniel says, I need to collaborate with Kit Boga. That would be a lot of fun, but I don't think he knows I exist. I don't know. Does he collaborate with anyone? No idea. Someone said I should collaborate with IRL Rosie, but I doubt that that'll happen. And I'm not really one to approach huge channels because that can come across as, please help me in my tiny channel. So if they discover me and decide, okay, she has a small channel, but I think she's a lot of fun and we could have fun doing voices together and messing with people, yeah, I would collaborate with, I mean, it was especially be fun with people who know how to do voices and stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on this. Heather, they haven't figured anything out for you? I feel like I'm missing part of the conversation here. Where I am, it is a little after 9 p.m. Yeah, I do come on late. So afternoons, I teach piano most of the time, although I had my students cancel today. It's 3 siblings. And so I'll keep working on my finale, and then I have, children coming home, children who need to do homework, dinner, although dinner was lame tonight. Um, I have so much I need to work on right now. It's not even funny. I've been really, really tired. Oh, hi, John. How are you doing? Other John. We have John Wright and we have John Harrison. Music Logic says, check me out at www.ilovewhatyouaredoing, not just for entertainment value, but more for what you do to teach others how to avoid scams. Oh, thank you. Yeah, long before YouTube even existed, I've always had a thing for trying to protect people from um, just anyone who'll take advantage, whether it's bad landlords. I was actually thinking of doing a video on this. Um, we had really shady landlords back when we were very, very poor and couldn't afford to move out of the complex. And I contacted the reporter, and the reporter was so excited to do a story on this complex because she couldn't get anyone to go on record. They would tell her, this is happening, this is happening, and this is happening, but they were too scared to let their name be used. And I said, yeah, you can use my name. You can use my photo too if you want. I don't care. Because the reason why they get away with this is because people are scared. And it makes me so mad when, especially the elderly, are taken advantage of. If they lose money and they're on a fixed income, where are they going to get the money from? So, sorry, reconnecting. Did you guys hear what I just said? Uh, um, yeah, I probably will get off soon after this because it's just going to keep doing that, and it's really frustrating. Um, so the last time I made a stink with a landlord, we were on a month-to-month lease, and they can kick you out for no reason at all. They don't have to have a reason. And they were breaking the law, though. They were trying to do a change in lease terms with actually negative notice. So I'll do a video on that sometime. I really want people who are just starting off on their own. I want them to know how to protect themselves when it comes to renting apartments and houses and that sort of thing. I mean, because you think, oh, these people have to follow the law, and it's just kind of amazing what they get away with. And everyone should try to memorize their landlord tenant act in their state or wherever you are. Sorry if it's still buffering. Hi, Evil Ubuntu. Hi, Nate. So, yeah, I'm not going to tell the whole story here because of the buffering, and I don't know what all you guys are going to hear. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to do a video on shady landlords. They make me angry. Oh, LM, I'm so sorry. Yeah, tenants, yeah, they can ruin things too. My parents rented out a house years ago, and not only did the tenants not pay, they did a bunch of stuff without permission. Like they put in a wood burning stove in the basement without asking, like, so cut a hole into the brick. They never cleaned the place once. And we actually moved back into that house just to fix it up to sell it. It was a nightmare. Yeah, John, it is scary signing a lease. And yeah, I don't want to get into the whole story, but oh, hi, Stargazer's mom. Thank you so much. Um, Nate, I'm so sorry about your dad. Um, yeah, you mentioned that on Twitter, didn't you? Or was that? Actually, I've had two people recently say that they lost their dads. Evil Ubuntu says, my landlord tolerates me throwing my poop at the walls. That's really nice. A great landlord. Yeah. So when we were on this month-to-month lease and I made a stink, I had people say, well, aren't you worried you're going to get kicked out? And yeah, but that's what everyone's worried about. And so the landlords just get to walk all over everyone, right? And I went to a free neighborhood clinic, and the lawyer said, are these new landlords? And I said, no. And then she said, are they stupid? Yeah, apparently. Um, oh, I love this story so much. I'll save it for the video that I make. That uh, it's it's nice to own a house and not have to deal with that aspect, but it's very stressful owning a house with everything that goes wrong. Oh, good night, John. Thanks so much for stopping by. So, yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how like Kit Boga and like IRL, I can't even talk, IRL Rosie just explode. So I hadn't even heard of her, and someone mentioned um, a pretty new scam baiter who went from like 300 subscribers to well over 100,000 in like it was like 2 weeks or something. Just instant play button. And I would love to get a play button just to stick it to my son. He's always saying, "You don't have that many subscribers." Oh, sorry, it's nagging or lagging, Nate. That's not fun. Heather, the nice thing about small places is that you don't have to clean as much, right? Or rather, as much space. But when things are really cramped, it's also hard to find a place to put things, and you have to move around things to clean. So, yeah, when we were in our apartment, one of them we lived there for 12 years, and I was pregnant with our second when we moved in, like 3 weeks away from having him, and then we had two more kids while we were living there. And so we had four kids at one point, all in the same room. But I think it built character for them, it was really difficult. It was challenging. But then you look at what people experience in other countries, and, my kids, they were fed well. They had the clothing they needed. They had plenty of toys. But we lived in a rather well off area. So, strangely, the apartment we found was one of the least expensive, um, but in an expensive area. So, that's where we lived. And so, my kids had to see um, all of these kids whose parents like worked at Microsoft and had like everything. So they were quite spoiled. And I don't know, sometimes I wonder if my kids would feel differently if we lived in an area where they felt like they were in the same boat with their friends. But yeah, these kids, they get their license right away, and then their parents get them a car, and they have every game console. They have iPhones. They have, I mean, and I'm talking from like grade school on. They have iPhones, and my kids were seriously, you could count on one hand in that school the number of kids who didn't have a cell phone. And um, I didn't have a cell phone until recently, but it's just a burner phone. It's not even a smartphone. So, Tina, how do you protect yourself when you're month to month? That's a good question. You feel like you're walking on eggshells. And we were actually over the occupancy limit. So it said it was supposed to be uh, 2 people per bedroom. And our managers were okay with it, but we lived in fear of our kids being loud and having neighbors complain. And that only made us more nervous when a family actually was kicked out because their kids were being loud, and they weren't even over the occupancy limit. So they lived upstairs from some senior citizens who were home all day and didn't like the noise. And sorry, I'm like screwing up so many words right now because I'm so tired. Um, I just couldn't believe that the manager actually gave into that and told the family they had to move out instead of telling this couple, hey, go find a 55 and older community if you don't like the noise, because this is apartment life. And this poor mom, she would run the trail with her kids all day long after the neighbors started complaining. But then she had to come home and make dinner. And the neighbor would come upstairs and go and knock on the door and say, what's all this noise? A toddler and a baby being a toddler and a baby. So that was disgusting when that landlord decided to kick that family out. And actually, they had just made an offer on a house, and it was going to be a while until closing. So they had to move out of the apartment, move somewhere else temporarily, and then move into their house that they were buying. Am I moving? No. I was just talking about how I've always had a thing for trying to protect people from people who take advantage of others, and just got on the subject of landlords. So thank goodness we're not moving, because moving is the worst. Okay, well, I'm going to have to wrap this up. I see all these blips on my screen, and I think we're going to lose the connection again, and I need to go clean up my messes downstairs. Oh, I'd love to hear your stories sometime, Stargazer's mom. Thanks, LM. It was good to see all of you, and I hope you guys will be able to be there for my premiere, or not, the premiere of my finale. And I'm also going to do a patron-only live stream after that. Um, it's it's so awesome because I had some props I needed to get for this video, and so it's really great have the support of patrons and also have someone to tell, guess what I'm working on? It's so much fun. Okay, well, good night.